So we have seen why collection, advantage and disadvantage, right? So what is the collection framework? So it contains several classes interface which can use to represent a group of individual object as a single entity. Got it, right? So all inbuilt classes interface are already there, right? So we having a 9 key interface in in collection. Collection itself your interface. List is your interface. Set is your interface. Sorted set is your interface. Navigable set. Queue maps. Sorted map. Navigable map. These are the interface, right? So what is the difference between collection and collections, right? I have shown you one more classes, right? That is called collection classes, which is available in java.util package, and collection is interface. Okay, so inside this you will get many method like sorting, searching and all. Okay, you can just check in your util package in java documentation. And collection, whatever we have discussed. So collection is considered as a root interface collection framework. If you want to represent a group of individual object as a single entity, then we should go for collection. Collections is an utility class present in java.util package to define the several utility method for collection object like sorting and searching. So collection interface define the most common method which are applicable for any collection object. So we have a add method, add all method, remove all method, retain all. To remove all the object except those present, like clear method contains. So I have shown you, right? We can see this, and I have shown you the list. Okay, so list is your child interface of collection. So I have shown you like hierarchy of collection, right? So if you want to represent a group of individual object, a group of individual object as a single entity where duplicates are allowed and insertion order must be preserved, then we should go for list. Okay, so here duplicates are duplicates object are allowed or insertion order is preserved. Okay, then we can preserve the insertion order via index, and list is working on the index. 1 second, guys. Okay, so list define the following a specific method, right? So I have shown you the hierarchy, right? So whatever the method present in the collection by default available in the list. So we have a add all, get, remove, set, replace. We can see some important method, and array list is your implementation class of list. Got it, right? So the underlying data structure is resizable and growable array, right? So in the array, we cannot increase and decrease the size based on our own requirement, but in the array list we can increase and decrease the size based on our requirement. Duplicates object are allowed, insertion order is present, which order you are storing, same order it will, you will get this. Heterogeneous object are allowed except tree set and tree map. Everywhere heterogeneous object are allowed. Null is also possible, you can store the null value. So you can see these are the array list constructor when you will create an array list. So what will happen? 1 second, guys. Got it, right? So we can create array list here. Okay, so create an empty array list object. Default initial capacity is 10. Once array list reaches its max capacity, then new array list will be created. So current capacity into 3 by 2 plus 1. So this is the new capacity, and array list initial capacity. So it will return array list. Create an empty array list object with a specified initial capacity. Okay, here you can pass any collection as well. So let me show you one example of array list, and So just I will show you how to start the code. You guys can do the practice. In Java concept of the day, you will get many things over there, so you guys can do practice. Mm, okay, so here see how this array list will work. Let me, I'll open the paint. Okay, that is good. So in one side, I'm going to copy this code. This is just I'm going to copy, not this code. Okay. So here, the first line of the code, why I have written hash maps, just delete this. Okay. Okay. So how this array list or any other collection, the collection having, so what happened? We have a new keyword, right? So this is our new keyword. This new keyword will create an object. We already know. Here, the what is the default capacity? So default capacity is 10, and array is working on array list is working on the index only. Okay, it will new capacity formula. It will increase the capacity by default. Okay, so these are just I'm just going to. This is your default capacity. I'm not I'm not making this diagram this complete. Okay, so now so I will take this one 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 something. Got it, right? So add is your method, and by using this add method, it will store the object. Understood, right? Collection is a container which is used to store homogeneous, heterogeneous object without size limitation. Okay. So these are the object you are going to store. This is your A, right? And this is your, sorry, this is your A. This is your 10, and this is your again duplicates object. I'm storing A, and this is your null, and again we have a N, right? So this is your N something, and we are removing this. Okay, and every object having the hash code, right? So this is your 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 10 something 6. So what will happen? It will store this hash code. Default value is already null. Okay, so all this hash code will store here. Okay, so here this is your 101, 102, like that. Just I'm giving the two example. You can define now collection. Collection is a container which is used to store multiple homogeneous, heterogeneous object. Might be your object is unique or duplicate without size limitation. Understood, right? So this is how the internally it is going to store the object inside this any collection, not a any collection. This is your array list. If you will go for the set is not working on the index. Set is working on the hashing algorithm. So we can discuss later. Okay. So this is how internally, and this is again uh, L is your reference variable storing, and this is the type of an array. Understood, right? So let me okay, so simply we are storing and we are just printing, and here we have a huge remove method. So it will remove the index 0, whatever the index 0 we have, it will remove. So you can see. Understood, right? So this is about your uh, array list. So usually we can use collection to hold and transfer the object from one location to another location, right? Container to provide to support this requirement, or every collection have a by default implement serializable and clonable. So I have told why they have used cloning the object and copying the object from one location to another location. And this is your marker interface, right? I have shown you studied in implementation. So ArrayList or vector class implement random access, randomly copying the object interface. So any random element we can access with same speed. Okay, so random access interface present in java.util package. It does not contain any method. It is a marker interface where the required ability will be provided automatically by the JVM. So you guys can just execute this code here. Just we are going to check, you know this interface is coming from ArrayList or LinkedList. Here we have a instance of operator. So only it will check this object is coming from, means this serializable is coming from this class. If it will come, then it will return true. Okay, so I don't want to spend much time and nobody will ask you this type of the question. Another one difference is there. What is the difference between I need to okay, I'll correct it, guys. Forgetting the things. Okay, so here one more important questions are there. But what is the difference between array list and vector? So vector is like the legacy class. We have discussed a string buffer and a string builder, like that only. So vector is your legacy class like a string buffer, and the differences are same. You can see every method present in the array list is non-synchronized. Every method present in the vector is synchronized. At a time, multiple threads are allowed to operate array list object, and hence it is a not thread shape. At a time, only one thread are allowed to operate vector object, hence it is a thread shape. So this point I have already discussed, and I have told you, right? This point will be repeated, and it is repeating also, right? So you can see relatively performance is high because threads are not required to wait to operate on array list object, right? Relatively performance is low because threads are required to wait to operate, right, on the vector object. Introduced in 1.2 version, and it is a non-legacy class. Introduced in 1.0 version, it is a legacy class. Linked list. Okay, so the underlying data structure is double linked list or doubly linked list. I will tell you the actual difference between array list and linked list, and this is also your interview question. So in array list, what will happen if you are deleting the element object? Like if you have a 1000 object, you have deleted in the middle, or you have 100 object, line row number, like number of the sequence number of 50 line number object you have deleted. So in the array list, it will shift the object. So what will happen in this type of the operation, the performance is, this is not, performance is very slow as compared to linked list. If you will delete inside this linked list, then what will happen? It will be, you know, like you have deleted 50. So it will be, uh, what I can tell, linked with, whatever the nearest object we have. It won't be shift. Understood, right? Here there is no shifting operation which is going to happen. So again, this is implemented on doubly linked list data structure, right? So these are the main differences. Performance issue because it will shift one by one, but it will join, it will connect with the another node if you will delete in the middle. Okay. So insertion order is preserved, duplicates object are allowed, homogeneous object are allowed, all points are same. Null insertion is possible, linked list implement serializable, clonable, but not a random access. randomly, it won't be copied. Linked list is the best choice if our frequent operation insertion or deletion in the middle, right? A linked list is the worst choice if our frequent operation is retrieval operation. Understood, right? So if you have a retrieval operation, we cannot use this is the vice versa of array list. These are the constructor, guys. Okay, so linked list we have a constructor and create an empty linked list and linked list, and we are created a linked list object and we are passing the collection. Create an equivalent linked list object for given collection. So linked list class specify the method. Usually we use linked list to develop the stack and queue to provide to support the requirement of the linked list. So also, add first, add last, get first, get last. So these are the another method which is available inside this linked list. So let me show you one example so you will get more clarity about a linked list. So here we have a linked list, okay, and we are adding this object, right? So here duplicates are also allowed. You can see I have set one method is there in the zero index. We are going to set software, okay, and again I am going to add in the zero index Selenium. Again I'm going to print. Again I'm applying the remove last element, okay, and again add first element. So this type of the operation we can use. You can see just you can here we have printed all the object, and now in the zero index we are going to set software. You can see software. Again we are adding here in the zero index Selenium, and again you are removing in the last object we have removed, and again in the last first object, first we are adding again the first object. So this type of the operation we can do if you will do in using your array, right? So you have to write your logic, but here all these inbuilt methods are there. So we will use this inbuilt method to, you know and as per the requirement we can do. So differences I have already told you, right? What is the difference between array list and linked list, okay? And second, okay, so these are the difference. Array list is the best choice if frequent operation is retrieval operation, and linked list is the best choice if our frequent operation insertion and deletion in the middle, okay? Array list is your worst choice if our frequent operation insertion or deletion in the middle, because internally several shift operation are performed. Linked list is the worst choice if our frequent operation is retrieval operation. Okay, so let me the third. So this is the just vice versa of, just remember one point and other point just you can use for the vice versa, like how we have written here, okay? Array list, the element will be sorted in consecutive memory locations, hence retrieval of this is easy, like it's a storing in a retrieval. But linked list having the some complex data structure, right? So in linked list the element won't be stored in the consecutive memory location, hence retrieval operation become difficult. you know uh, in the Java development, or if you will go as a product based company, like they are looking for developer. Means you are able to develop the your own functionality. So some of the profiles are there in your product base, like they are having the, see, I'm going to tell you as that profile, software development testing profile. But again here we having another level of the profile, like they will consider you are a developer. So you they can ask you, can you develop your customized array list? You will get on the all the code you will get on your Google, but that is high level of the coding they will ask you. Even why they are asking, just to check your level of the coding skill, because ArrayList is already developed, then why we can develop this, right? So that is high level thing, so you should not worry about of that. So now we have a vector, right? I have just given the difference. Now we are going to explore the underlying data structure is resizable. I think yesterday I have shown you, I forget to show you one that pic again. So you will get what we are learning. You can see here we have a collection, then we have a list, array list we have seen, linked list we have seen. Now we can see the vector. Vector is also implementation class of list, and a stack is your sub class of vector. Okay, so let me show you this vector. So the underlying data structure is resizable array or groupable array. Insertion order is preserved, duplicates are allowed, heterogeneous objects are allowed, null insertion is possible. It implements realizable, clonable, random access interface. Every points are same as if you will compare with array list, right? But in the last point, every method present in the vector is synchronized, hence vector object is thread shape. Okay, so this is your constructor of vector. New capacity equal to current capacity into 2. Create an empty vector object with initial capacity is 10. Once vector reaches its max capacity, the new vector object will be created. Vector object created, and we are defining the initial capacity. Create an empty vector object with a specified initial capacity. Vector object, and we are passing initial capacity and incremental capacity. Here again we have a vector object and we are passing the here uh, collection, right? And these are the methods. We have a add method here, you can see, and we have some add elements. I will show you remove method, remove element. Okay, and these are the some method which is available inside this vector. Let me show you one example of vector. Okay, so okay, so now, so same like that, code, can see creating an object, finding the capacity, storing the 10 object here. Here we are again adding the element, okay, object, using the add element, and again we are finding the capacity. Okay, so here you can see capacity I have told you, right? If we will increase more than 10, it will become 2 times. Okay, so let me execute this code. You can see capacity will become 20, and here we are adding this object in the last. Okay, so it looks like the array list, but it's not, it is a legacy class. And whatever we have learned, okay, so please go here, uh, the same website, Java concept of the day. Okay, and here go inside this, here we will get array list question as well. Okay, so please do the practice. Okay, because I have just given some simple methods, right? But we having the many methods, we cannot go one by one, and simply you have to execute. Here you will get around 20 question for array list. Let me show you. I'm able to find or not. You can see 18 Java array list, linked list. Okay, so these are the important vector. You cannot do practice, no issue. But these two one you have to. Here we have a 16, area 18. Right. So if you will do the practice from here in the interview, you are very good in the concept, and you are very good in the coding, so you will not stuck here. Okay, you can see what we have told you. So these are the constructor they are showing you, and how do you increase the current capacity, right? So they have used ensure capacity. You remember yesterday we have used this. Then again here they see they are trimming the size, so you can see here just they have used the different methods, so you will get more practice. Okay, so you can see they have created a double type. Okay, I forget to explain one more thing. This is called generic. Okay, which type of the object you are want to store here. Got it, right? So they are defining this generic like a string type, float type, double type. So they have defined here. You can see. So finding the size. So we have a size method. So by using the size method. So please guys do the practice for that. Okay. Few important methods are there, and then they are using. You can see how do we convert array list into the array list to array. Okay, so here some of the new code you will get also. You can see they have used two array methods and it is returning the object type. Okay, in the list we have a two array method and it will return the object type of an array. So this is the important question. So you can just do the practice for ArrayList or LinkedList. Okay, you can join it.